Welcome to another exciting episode of the Million Dollar Peddlers. I'm Papercoy, and today we wanted to try a little bit something new. I wanted to give you the top 10 of an item, and these are blacklight posters. Who hasn't, if they went to college or high school and had those stoner buddies, and who knows, hasn't laid back and looked at these at some point or other and said, wow, those are really, really cool. Great to know they are worth some money as well. What I did is I went over to eBay and I took a look at the highest priced ones, and I wanted to bring you the top 10 best ones and a couple of bonus ones as well. These were over a couple of week period over on eBay. I wanted you to know there are 5,800 of these listed. So these are definitely found out there. And over a period, however long eBay keeps this stuff up for 15 days, 30 days, whatever that period is, 1,500 had sold. So that's a really, really good sell-through rate. 1,500 out of 5,800. That's that's over about a 20% sell-through rate. So these will always sell if you find them. Storage is a little bit difficult, and shipping is a little bit difficult. Most of these are 23 by 35 inches. So they are a larger size item over here. Just because of the overage charges of the post office, you're going to want to ship these through UPS or FedEx. Just to let you know. And sometimes folding can be a little tough. These things will come to you wrinkle and all that sort of thing. They weren't stored very well. You're going to find pinholes. You're going to find all of that as well in these. Just kind of expect it, but people know that as well. These were meant to be used and loved. They came out in 1960s on generally, and most of the ones that I'm going to show you today are from the 1960s. Those tend to have the most value. I did bring a couple of them up that were newer just to kind of show you. Like this would have been probably Spencer's probably had this if I had to guess back in the day. This is 1985, I believe it was. 1983. Iron Maiden Blacklight poster, Number of the Beast. Best offer was accepted on it. Was asking $250 just from where it was in the listing. They took probably about $200 on it thereabouts. I did not go over to Terapeak and check. But it's going to be a $200, $225 poster. But this is one of the newer ones that goes fairly well. Again, most of them are early 70s, late 60s. But you find something like this out there. And again, yes, condition is important. But a lot of these are not going to be mint condition. Simply not going to be. That's just the way it is. Because again, they were put up on somebody's ceiling or somebody's wall. And people enjoyed them, and that's kind of what they were made for as well. This also says it is flocked. That means there's an extra layer put on it, which he also used the word velvet. Well, it says a velvet feel to it. In fact, a lot of people will call these velvet posters, just to let you know. But a great, great poster right over there. And another bonus one over here I wanted to give you is Twilight Zone flocked. And again, that would give the velvet feel to it. Glow in the dark, 23 by 35. So again, it meets the size, which all of them are as well. Twilight Zone went for $300. You'll see a couple of these go for a little less as well. So these are available out there. But I wanted to bring this up because this is 1989. It's one of the more recent posters that actually goes pretty good, $300. So do keep your eyes open for something or other like that. It's just a nice little item. But I wanted to get into the top 10 over here. At number 10, thanks to Casey Kasem for teaching me how to count backwards. R.J. Ward 1970s blacklight poster, We Could Make Beautiful Music Together. Look at that over there. Now R.J. Ward is of course an artist, and that did go for the $395. Just a great little item right over there. Throughout, a lot of pictures too, and that's a nice one right over there. He took a picture of it so you could actually see. I hate to say worked, but you can see it works. You see what it looks like that. And this actually would almost be one of those areas that if I were selling something like this, I might almost do a video. I might almost have it set up where I was doing a quick little video of the poster, showing the damage on it, which again, a lot of them do have damage in the corners, the pinholes, and then have somebody else turn off the light, and then, wow, look at that. I think that a video would be, in something rather like this, I think would work out pretty well. At number 9, coming in at $400, so essentially the same as the prior one. Led Zeppelin Blacklight poster, vintage 1970 San Francisco posters, 23 by 36, so slightly larger. Now, the same seller did have a few of these, so I don't know if he had a warehouse find or what he had, but he did have a number of them as well. Nice poster, though, without a doubt. And again, early 1970s, exactly, the heyday of that kind of poster, a rock poster. And this is going to be the kind of thing that appeals to poster collectors and to rock and roll collectors as well. So you cannot go wrong with something other like this. And you definitely would buy this if you saw it out there, just knowing, wow, look at this. Number 8, coming in, support our boys in Vietnam. Psychedelic Blacklight poster, 1960s. That is an awesome looking poster, no doubt at all about it. That is one that I would buy just no matter what. I just love the looks of it. And that went for high 300s as well. It was actually, I guess I got them out of order. Sorry about that. But support our boys in Vietnam. Just a great poster. And again, a lot of pictures. And that is the key because, again, they're going to have damage. This one actually looks pretty nice over here without a doubt whatsoever. But imagine laying back in 1970 in your dorm room and looking up at something other like that. That was really neat. Number 6, vintage 1967. Now, this is a little bit naughty. I know we're a family station, so do not let the kids see this. Bit of a naughty poster here. I've actually picked up one of these in the wild at an estate sale. I paid $250 or something other like that for it for mysterious benefactor. He wanted it, so I bought it and flipped it to him for my cost and shipped it over to him. 1967 Blacklight Disney Orgy Wallywood Disneyland Realist 23 by 35. These will sell. They do have the Disney theme. Obviously, they are not sanctioned. Disney did not license these out. Wallywood is famous in the comic book world as an artist. So well done items over here. Kind of crazy stuff going on it. And again, I have seen one of these out in the wild. This is the only Blacklight poster I have ever purchased out in the wild. But a great little item over there. Another one over here. So basically these early 70s knockoffs of the Disney stuff, and as the seller mentioned on this one, a lot of these were yanked from circulation because of the fear of lawsuit from Disney. Vintage 1970, ain't gonna work on Disney's farm no more, Disney Blacklight poster. And again, $400 is roughly about what the last few posters have gone for. That's near the high end of what you're gonna get for one of these posters. A couple of the, number 1 went for a bit more than that, but still good to keep in mind if you see a really nice example of a poster, hey, I'm going to get $300 to $400 out of something or other like this. That's good to know when you're out there sourcing. When somebody's asking $75 to $100 on it and it's in decent shape and it's got kind of theme like this, you can say, I know I'm going to get $400 out of it. Doesn't mean you don't try to get it a little bit cheaper, but at least in the back of your mind, you know what it's going to go for. And these things are, like I said, awesome. They're huge, 23 by 35, just great items. Number 5 on a list this week, the Inner Eye Vintage Blacklight poster, Wilfred Sadie, East Totem West, 1968. That went for about $450 thereabouts. Another great poster right over there. And again, a lot of these do have that psychedelic theme to them. Just imagine looking at that when you're really tired, let's say. It would just kind of freak you out a little bit, but not in a negative way. You can find a lot of things in that pattern, in those patterns, and that's kind of the entire theme of it, which is also why this one over here went for basically the same price. Masked Bath Original Vintage Poster, Blacklight East Totem West, Psychedelic 1960s. Another really interesting looking one right over there. And again, you got down on the bottom, makes the identification very easy on it also from the name on through. And again, some damage up top, as you can see. Which is expected on this kind of thing. And it still went for about $450. So really nice poster right over there. Number 3, kind of keeping with that whole theme. Just, again, imagine that in the dark. Just be absolutely amazing. Buddha Vintage 1967 Blacklight Pandora Head Shop poster. And that is where a lot of these were sold at, Joe Nardi, near mint condition. A lot of these were sold at the head shops as well. What we old timers call the dispensary, basically. So if you see this kind of thing out there, the wilder it looks, or if it's a rock band like the Iron Maiden or the Led Zeppelin, it's going to be worth more money, obviously, there. Number 2, keeping with that whole head shop theme, I Get High with Help from My Friends. This one for over $500. Funky Enterprise. Just kind of a weird looking one over here. And now this is not a psychedelic one by any means whatsoever. There you see Funky Enterprise distributed it. Looks like it's framed up, which is interesting. I don't know if that would ruin the blacklight thing or not. Probably, but I don't know. Don't honestly know. But somebody bought that because of the motif on that one over there. So that is not really trippy like a lot of the other ones, but it does get into the stoner culture. And the number one selling over the last couple of weeks over on eBay, Iron Butterfly. Talk about an interesting looking one right there. A rock band Iron Butterfly, $1,000 essentially. 1969 blacklight poster right over there. Just a crazy, crazy one to say the least. Great band, but a lot more obscure than somebody or other like Led Zeppelin. I mean, we all know Iron Butterfly, but it's a lot more obscure. I can't imagine there were nearly as many of these made as there were the Led Zeppelin. Led Zeppelin went for $400. This went for $1,000. Great little poster, though, without a doubt whatsoever. So, and again, a lot of pictures, which is key on this, as well as do a lot of pictures. You'll notice that this one over here looks like paper clips on it. Some of the other ones had things on the corners as well. That's basically just how people end up recording them, so that way you can see them. They're prone to fold and prone not to lay straight. So they'll put something or other, some weights on them, or one way or the other. A lot of people, Mr. Magazine uses magnets. There are a lot of different ways that you can end up doing them. There are actually poster holders that you can buy that you can put the posters in order to list them as well. A lot of different ways to do it, but you're not getting the paper clips with it. Obviously, that's just a way for you to be able to see it. But $1,000 on that one over there. Crazy nice item right over there. So when you see these out there, again, they're going to be large. And another little tip. Generally speaking, when you find posters like this, they're folded with the subject matter down. So all you see is the white on the back of the posters. And they'll have posters sitting in garbage cans just as a way to store them. And they'll be like, oh, posters, $20 a piece. Same thing with maps. Maps posters, $10 each. A lot of people pick one or two up and they'll say, yeah, okay, I'm not going to go through all of these. You can find some really, really good deals in there. Now, these are a little bit larger, of course, but they're going to be folded like that as well. Take the time to unfold them, and you'd be amazed what you're going to find out there. So hopefully you did enjoy this. I'm going to try to bring you some more categories as time goes on. Top 10 with a couple of bonus items on there as well. Do hit the like button, and we will see you next video.